Hello students, welcome to MBA 360. We've been covering a bunch of institutions for you which are essentially by public sector or the government of India, where the cost of education is very, very less, and the ROI, which is the kind of placement that you get, the placement percentage that you get, and the placement salaries that you get also is very, very reassuring. And these institutions also have a fantastic internship, and most importantly, the industry government collaboration or partnership that you want happens to be much better in these institutions. And we've covered about 7-8 of them already, and the one that I'm about to cover is something that is very important for those students who want to be working in the intersection of career paths and also impact. Before I move further and disclose the name of the institution and also give you all the details that you need so that you can decide whether you want to get there or not, 3 requests that I always have for the student. Please do subscribe to MBA 360. The second thing is, if you want me to cover any other institution or any other examination which helps you or aids you in making your career path or plan for your career, write to me in the message box here below the video, and I'll try to cover that for you. And third, most importantly, a lot of parents and students have written to us saying that they can't obviously post all their specific questions on the social media platform because they don't want to be putting themselves out there in front of everyone. In which case, there's a WhatsApp number that I've given you here. Please message us on this number. One of our counselors will call you, understand your requirements, and then a senior level counselor will engage with you to help you and ensure that you get into the right college, right course, right pathway. So, subscribe to MBA 360. Now back to this particular institution. The institution that I'm talking about was founded by, or rather, created by the Ministry of Agriculture way back in 1987. In 1992, it became a national institution. In 1996, they launched an MBA program. So what we're about to talk about is the MBA program offered by this institution, right? And the fact that it was established by Agriculture Ministry, you would be very clearly understanding why it was created. It was obviously created, especially in the post-liberalization area, where there is need to, have extension to the agriculture. The extension of agriculture that happens, there has to be a business-minded person who handles the whole thing. So to create and ensure that there is enough workforce who understands the extension beyond agriculture in terms of how to convert that into, product sales, the supply chain and everything, which is when this particular institution came into being. Earlier, it was only into consulting and helping the Ministry of Agriculture, deal with many things beyond. And MBA, as I said, was started only in 1996. But the institution was created in 1987. If I take you through this thing, you'll understand. This institution has 100% placement. Year on year, they have 100% placements have been achieved since inception. And the reason is simple. You are dealing with a government institution, and the government institution normally has a lot of relationship with all feeder routes, which are the companies that are working with them, with the government. And somewhere invariably, these companies also come here for placement purposes. The highest salary of this institution was 20 lakh rupees. Average is 12.33 lakh. Not many B schools can claim this. Not many B schools can say 100% placement 12.33 lakh rupees as the average salary, which is what this institution has. The median salary is 11.6 lakh rupees. So at every level, we're dealing with a 12 lakh rupees kind of a salary and a 100% placement. And when you look at the cost and all, you understand why I'm recommending this. It's fully residential, and it's a PGDM program, Agricultural Business Management. Agricultural Business Management is a program that they offer in the city of Hyderabad, right? And because it's a PGDM program, it's AICTE approved, which means it's equivalent to an MBA, right? And conducted at the Hyderabad campus. The recruiters include, remember I told you about the kind of placement and the kind of companies, ITC, BASF, Cargill, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Dabur, Britannia, MCX, NCDX. All private companies also come here for placement when they want to recruit professionals who understand agriculture. I'll come to the name very soon, don't worry about that, right? And as I said, organization of Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India. It's got a strong recruiter participation, I've shown you already, on agri input, BFSI, FMCG, commodity trading and consultancy. The program focus on agri-business management across the value chain, and the pedagogy includes case studies, industry exposure, guest lectures because of the kind of connections that they have, internships and Samanvay industry interface. So they actually have everything that's going for them. The way they created, it's obviously because it's funded by the Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India. They are on the right path in terms of understanding the needs of the country, needs of the business, needs of the industry, and needs of agriculture itself, and then ensuring that they're all perfectly integrated. Now to this institution. What is the institution? It is called Manage. National Institute of Agricultural Extension Management, which is called Manage. This is the institution that we are talking of. Manage. Right. Manage is Managing Agricultural Extension Management. That is an institution that is. And what we'll talk about is how do you get into this institution, what are the eligibility criteria, what are the placements, and what are the fees. As I told you, if you're trying to work in the intersection of impact and also having a good career in India, this is a very, very good option for you. And I'll tell you why with the kind of data that we've collected for you. The institution itself, as I said, was established in 1987, but the MBA was given in 1996, which means we're dealing with a 30-year-old MBA program. It's an autonomous institution, spread over 42 acres of land. The NRF ranking, which is the Government of India ranking, is 95th best B school in the country. Remember, it's very specialized, it's very niche, but still being 95th best in the country means a lot. And that is simple because when you actually have those kind of student outcomes, which is about 12 lakh rupees kind of a median or average salary, it works out for them. In public, our own ranking, which is Career 360 ranking, we rank it as 35th best in public institutions, which includes all the IIMs and everything that you have in the country. In public, it's 35th best. 65% are boys, 35% are girls. And 84% of the students who come to Manage are from outside the state of Telangana. Now, whenever you have this kind of a diversity, demographic diversity, it means that the institution is so well known or it's so aspirational that students from all over the country want to come and study here, which is the case in the case of Manage. The total seats that they have is 120, but they're very strict in terms of their policies. So 65 students were admitted in 23-24, 65 in 23-24, of which 63 were placed, 2 moved for higher studies, 100% placement, and median salary of 11.6 lakh rupees. This is the data that is submitted to Government of India for the ranking purposes, mind you. But because all this data is submitted on an affidavit, you can rely on it in terms of its accuracy and factuality. Right? So that is the kind of institution we're talking about. Now, if you look at the kind of placement that they have and where are they placed in terms of the companies that are coming for placement, in agri-input, 46.2% students were placed. FMCG, 19.3%. FMCG is like ITC and those kind of. Procurement, 10.1%. Commodity, which is NCDX and MCX and all, 8.4%. Animal nutrition is 5%. BFSA, which is banking and finance, is 4.2%. Consultancy is 4.2%. And development is 2.5%. These are the kind of companies that are coming to placement for the 24-26 batch is what we have data. This as far as the kind of companies that come for placement. Remember, this focus on agriculture and business management of agriculture, extension of the agricultural business. So from that perspective, all kinds of companies which are dealing with the business, post the agricultural output comes in, all those companies are recruiting from Manage, which is again, and mind you, 12 lakh rupees average salary is what we're discussing. Right? What is the qualification that you need? It's a bachelor's degree in agriculture science or in agriculture related disciplines with at least 50% marks. So they need people who have, who've done anything to do with agriculture and not otherwise. A valid CAT score is mandatory. Right? And reservation of seats will be applicable for OBC, non-creamy layer, EWS, SC and all. So all the reservations that you have for a public institution, you will actually have that in Manage also. And finally, candidates, of course, are eligible to apply as long as they get the 50% when they pass out, when they graduate. The tuition fee, this is very important for you. Remember, I told you about the 12 lakh rupees being the average/median salary, 11.6 and 12.5. The total fees, all put together, is 9.75 lakh, which means you recover your fees in less than a year, which is a great advantage that you have here. I keep telling you that typically in B schools now these days, they talk of a ROI or payback period of 1.5 to 2 years. This is less than a year, which means that the amount of fee or the amount of spend that you incur, you're going to recover it in the very first year of your salary, which is what this is all about. This 9.75 lakh, 4.05 in the first year, and boarding and lodging is 4.94 lakh for both the years. Total 76,000 is other fees, 90.75, right? And during summer project and period and summer vacations, the students opting to stay in the hostel will have to pay separately towards boarding and lodging. So if you intend to stay back and not go back home during those summer holidays and all, you can. The rooms are open for you, but you need to pay extra for the hostel fees, the mess charges and all. But 9.75 lakh is the total expenditure, and what you are earning is up 12 lakh rupees. Right. We also looked at the LinkedIn to understand how are the students who studied at Manage performing in their lives? It's been there for about 25-30 years. So when you look at that, about 95% of the students are working in India, right? 95% are working in India. 5% are working outside of India, of which 31 students are in Germany, 23 are in UAE, 12 are in Canada, 9 are in Australia. And quite a few of them are in, of course, Hyderabad and Maharashtra also 46%. Right? That's the kind of numbers that you're dealing with, right? So that is the reason why we're talking of Manage is simple, that it's important for you to have other options beyond the obvious ones. If you're into agriculture, if you've done anything to do with agriculture, if you want to pursue an MBA, which is at the intersection of, great career path and most importantly, impact also. And if you are coming from a background where agriculture is very important for you, this particular MBA coming from Manage is very, very good option for you. And I strongly suggest that you must look at it very closely. Right? And lastly and most importantly, please do subscribe to MBA 360. Thank you so much. Namaste.